Alright.
Yeah, let's put on the podcast. 3, 2, 1. And we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we should do a shot of like celebratory, like as the ching, you know. I'm saying like for the future.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, you've caught me in my home. This is how I naturally sit.
Just like episode 1.
You caught me. New fire. This one's fake.
Yes, this one is
It's
far
a little
easier to
different.
make.
Yeah, actually, in the long run of things, it was a lot harder.
Definitely.
But now you can just push a button and that goes on.
Mhm.
But otherwise, you literally had to like sit there. I heard that they used to take little pieces of mushroom.
Mhm.
This mushroom would like, I don't know, little pieces. I don't know what size it was. They put it in their little traveler, and it was wood on the inside, and it could keep an ember. So the ability to transfer fire was huge as we were like traveling up into where like farther away from the equator to where like it started to like snow. At the tundra, that was like essential to like continue as transportation of fire. It's a fun little fact.
And I was gonna say
What?
before you got carried away on your story about the past that it's like it happens every single time that I just totally forget something that's actually relevant and actually like could be useful to people.
Which is?
I forget because you talk about your stories.
Oh.
And that's like,
Oh.
that's the point with your thing.
Oh.
But I was saying that was like with life, where you invest a lot in the beginning, you know, to have everything be way easier in the long run, and
Well, you have to put in you have to put in your work sometime. You have to put in the time at some stage to like I don't even know. Some people get very lucky and they just hit the lottery or whatever, but yeah.
I was relating it to fires, where either you can have it easy in the beginning or whatever you want to call it, where you can just, you know, put wood together and make fires each time.
Yeah.
Or you can invest more time and money in the beginning,
It's
like
this,
to have it easier for the rest of the time, where all you have to do is press a button and you have a fire. And so that's like investing your time in things in life as well, where you can either invest a lot of time in the beginning and have it pay off in heaps later to have everything be way easier, or you can work super hard all the time.
I want to work super hard all the time.
I know you do, baby. I know. I love you so much.
Good. Oh, come on, you can't be doing that.
My prickly pear.
Camera.
Oh, what? Are we on censored television now?
Yeah, we're an alternate media source, alternate news source.
It's YouTube, baby. It's like you could do more than HBO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were talking about how you love HBO.
Essentially get a softcore going on here. Just top half exposed, nothing on the bottom end.
We don't need shit there because our content is better than that, and we are better.
Get your mind out. Of course I'm better than that.
Because we have far more to offer.
Yes.
With our voices.
That's why I'm speaking.
Fantastic. And showing off your body, always.
Yeah, because I just hit the best. Basically like a model.
Basically.
I have to decline offers constantly.
Mhm.
Fly me here. Do this. Shoot for that. Just trying to live.
Jesus.
I'm just out here trying to live.
Jesus.
Jesus. True story.
He's a model.
Mm-hmm. So, Aliz, what's been on the mind lately? Any philosophy questions you've been debating?
I'm not too much of a debater,
Well, just with yourself.
but I would say that something that I was thinking about today, or an event that came up, was differences in people and how they, you can say, relax, and how we were talking about that the other day, how you kind of get energy from being with people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I definitely don't.
Yeah.
And I get energized by doing deep work by myself and getting very thoughtful and creative and alone.
Yeah, you like your alone time.
Yeah.
I get it.
And how everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
And we all need to respect each other's choices. Oh, and how we're different, and how there are so many things about us that are so different, but it's so cool how we're like a puzzle too, because it all fits together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know.
And how like everything that is opposite about us perfectly works together to make us
It's just
the
that's
best.
synergy, dude. You know, it's like that little like fish that just sits on the whale and just goes for a ride. It's perfect.
Yeah. or like coral polyps and zooxanthellae, which are the algae that give the coral polyps their color.
That's pretty sick.
And they're the symbiotic algae
How
that
do they get their color, though?
photosynthesize because they're algae. So the algae have the color. And the algae live inside the coral polyps tissues.
Is it just like created like through like their stomach enzyme, or so they're like transparent, so like their insides are like translucent?
Yeah,
or, like,
coral polyps, yes.
The polyps, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
they're transparent, like they have like a
Yes, coral polyps are translucent.
translucent.
Yes.
So like their insides just have this like crazy looking.
No. Their inside is mostly stomach.
I know, but
And
how
they're
do they
translucent.
get their color?
These other algae, which are different organisms, they come and they live inside of the coral polyps' bodies and inside their tissues. And these algae, which are totally different organisms,
Yeah.
they are colorful, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they need to photosynthesize, like get their energy through the sunlight, right?
Yeah.
But they're tiny little algae, so like they're floating around in the ocean. Like how are they supposed to like get their energy from sunlight if they're floating around and they can't do that, right?
Mhm.
So by sticking to the polyps, or by living inside the polyps, they're able to be in an area where there's sunlight and be rooted there
Mhm.
you know? And when they photosynthesize, they produce actually up to 90% of the energy in the food that the coral polyps need through the process of photosynthesis.
Do they deal with oxygen?
Yes. Yes. So they create, so a byproduct of photosynthesis is oxygen.
Yeah, do they take in CO2 and release oxygen?
Yes.
Isn't
I
that
think,
photosynthesis?
yeah. But like, there's way more to it. There's like sun, and there's nitrogen, and there's like all these other things.
Sun? Did you just say sun is like a...
Yes, photosynthesis. That's literally the whole
Yeah, I
entire
know,
point
but you just
of
can't say...
photosynthesis is that you need the sun.
Yeah,
That's the
I
sun.
know, I know.
That
But the sun has to be emitting something.
The synthesis is induced only when there is sun. You can't have photosynthesis
I know, but like
without the sun.
when you say that, like what is the sun emitting?
Radiation.
Radiation is essentially what they're converting. Radiation like touches them, and then they're converting that radiation. Like when you say like the sun is hitting them,
Yeah.
you don't mean like a physical thing is like.
Yes, solar radiation.
Yeah. So, is it just comprised of just like energy?
Yeah. Solar radiation is the UVA, the UVB, the UVC, the infrared.
So it's all just like energy.
Yes. It's all heat energy.
I feel like we just.
So like.
I feel like we just like view it or get it as heat energy, but is it always heat energy? Maybe it is.
I mean, I think technically.
Because it's all just different wavelengths.
Yeah.
It's like the sun's rays.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that. Because like photosynthesis can't happen, but photosynthesis can happen with fake plants, fake lamps, though, right? Just like they have like grow houses. You know, like you can make like beautiful plants and look like hydroponic.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's with.
But that's not the sun.
Yeah.
So like you're reproducing the sun. It's like we're not that good yet.
Yeah, yeah. So it's fake radiation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's just.
It's like, you know, tanning beds, fake radiation.
Just duplicating like the radiation.
Yeah.
To even just try and fathom that. Try and fathom like if somebody asked you to do that. You know?
Yeah.
Like where would you start?
It's like similar.
It's crazy.
It's similar to the whole like nuclear bomb thing.
Yeah, I know, but just
Where
like
it's
with
where do
tanning
you-
beds, it's like, dude, the first person to be like, oh, this like can like tan your skin, or like how do we like find something that tans your skin?
Yeah.
And like a bulb, it's like, like damages your damage.
Your damaging DNA.
Damage,
Your dermis, your DNA, your epidermis.
yeah, all those skin layers.
Causes the carcinogens.
Carcinogens, yep. Carcinogens, that's a bad one too. That's a bad word. When you hear carcinogen.
You're like, ooh.
Yeah. It's fucking.
Looks so artsy and perfect right there. Like this little reflection area here.
Mm-hmm. Those lights up there, or that was that circle ones that I bought. I mean, they're expensive, but they're like, they last.
Oh, they're home. Okay. We're finished.
Oh, we're done now. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, friends. This was a great Fireplace Chatter, episode 5. Whoop whoop!
stack them up and knock them down.
And you promised that we would do another one last week, and we didn't. So.
I'm a shitty person.
Thank you. I love you.
No more kissing on camera. Just nice hugs.
You're my favorite. All right, friends. Have a great day.